Okay, we're going to mix up some paint here. This is for the Nate's Art Lab collab, and the assignment this month is we have Shelly Carruthers of Shelly Art, and we're going to be using as many piggies as we can in this pour. And so I am getting ready to mix that. I think what I'm thinking of is that I want to have a dark blue against a pink. I'm toying with the idea of throwing some green in there just for contrast, and another blue just to offset. So on the blue sides and the pink and the little accent color over here. So we'll see what happens. Mixing up piggies is a fun task. I actually enjoy mixing up my piggies. So let's get right to it, and I'll talk about what we're doing as we go along. Okay, my colors are going to be, this is Indigo by Amsterdam Expert. If you notice here, that is a transparent color. There's no color in that black. So this really won't work for a color for my, it will work, but it's not, I don't have enough beef to it. It's not enough so that it'll stand up by itself. So I'm going to add just a little bit. It's semi-transparent. This is Payne's Gray. So this has a blue hue to it. This will make it a little bit more blue. That's at least my plan. Over in the blue, as an accent for the blue, I'm going to go with Waterfall. And Waterfall is a beautiful blue. It's more vibrant, more, I don't want to say phthalo blue because it really isn't, because it has undertones of violet in it. So that's the blue side. Now, my pink side, and this is going to be a major player in here. This is, flip it over. Oh God, I have to see. Axolotl. This is Axolotl. It has a blue shift to it, blue violet shift, and it's a real vibrant pink. So for funs and giggles and funs, I'm putting these two together. This is Lily Pad and Parakeet. Lily Pad is more of a limey green, and this is more of a yellow green. So this is a brighter green, and the two of them together, I've used it in the past and I really like them. So when I want a subdued color in between the two, that's what I do. So I am debating whether or not to put together a magenta, because I have a violet magenta that might work well with this. I'll think about that. So let me put you off, and I'll be right back. So I'm a bit torn if I really want to go this dark. This is my permanent violet, and it's a very dark, almost purpley violet. And this is Quinacridone violet. It has more of a pinky appearance to it, especially when it gets stretched out. I am debating if I really want to go that way. Well, I'm going to mix them up. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to put the violet away for now. I'm going to start with my tube paints. Okay, that's my indigo. See how much I put in there. And I probably double that with the Payne's Gray, but we'll see. Okay. Now, I'm going to be using my Bear Minwax combination. Temperature is almost ideal for painting right now, so it doesn't need to be too thin. And looking at this, it's going to probably be my best bet. show you the consistency. It's leaving a trace amount that traces out and then sinks. So that's before I even do anything. So 2 paints have to be handled differently. And I'm not measuring, I'm just kind of going by feel. Pretty highly pigmented. And I can tell you right now that's going to be way too thick. So I'm going to have to work with that. Let me go on to my second blue. This will be my first pigment. I have to work with that. This is my second blue. I should be wearing a respirator with this, at least a mask. It's very fine powder, and you really don't want to breathe it. So be aware of that. Good, healthy amount. Used to be, oh, I was so careful of how little I put into this, and it's like, you know, I want vibrant colors. To get vibrant colors, you need more pigment. You can always just buy more. Don't let my spouse hear me say that. Okay. Now, I'm going to start out. Usually, I will not just pour my pour medium in there without loosening it up just a little bit. So what I use is in this little bottle. I need to fill it, so I'll show you what it is. This is just Sonia varnish, and I'll fill up my little bottle. All this is. Some people add water to their Sonia when they're thinning paints. I like to keep it kind of pure. There are times though, where you have to do something. People ask me, why Joe Sonia? Why not something else? It's what I prefer. Joe Sonia is clear, and when it dries, it's clear. So, or as close to clear as you're going to get with a paint. It's much clearer than most things that I've used. So, it's the reason I use it for wetting things down and for thinning things out. So I don't want to degrade the pigment any more than I have to. So there we go. Not using a lot. Just want to make it into a paste. Get it wet. Okay, you can see that it's incorporates. It's kind of gunky right now. I'll continue to stir it, and I'm going to do the same thing as I did on the other side, because now this is basically a tube paint with the consistency of a tube paint. There's not enough binders in there, but Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to add my pouring medium. Most likely, this is going to be too thin. I can already tell you it's going to be. So what I do in that case, yeah, it's way too thin. What I do in that case is I'll pull out my Bear 8300 and a little glunk in there because that stuff is thick. Make up some more pouring medium. That's the reason I'm pulling out my Mandrakes. I'm gonna need it. But for now, let me pull up some of the 8300. You can see just, I mean, and this is better than it used to be. It just is thick. So it makes for a nice thickening agent. When you're working with pigments. A little dab will do ya. Try that much for now. And I will tell you, 8300 is a wonderful product. For you that have not used it, well, let's just say it's not the most pleasant smell in the universe. It's a very strong ammonia smell to it, not taste. And that brought it up to, that's what it needs to be. This one's too thick still. I'll work with that off camera. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with all the pigments. So I'm probably going to have to cut a lot of what I've done already down. That's fine. Okay, so let me see. You can see it. That's about right. So there we go. I'll finish this up and I'll come back here in just a bit. Okay, let me show you what I've come up with so far. This is my 2 paint, which I've thinned down a little bit. It feels a little thick, but it's pretty close. This is Waterfall. I've added a little bit more than the 8300 to bring it up in body a little bit. Same thing over here with the Exolati. Feels a little thin still, but it's fine. And finally, with the combination of Lily Pad and whatever the other one is, Lily Golden and Parakeet. For me, that feels like to my eye, this looks like a beautiful green gold. So those are those 4 colors. I just wanted to show you my progress.